I said, good a time as any to look at the race. Where do we have a little bit more confidence? What about the Senate? Well, GOP control of the Senate's been over 70 for a while. It's ticked down a little bit to 70.5%. We got a couple of toss-ups. Sherrod Brown's race hasn't been trending so great for him, the Democrat defending there in Ohio. See that win probability's gone GOP side at 53, and his opponent, Bernie Moreno's up almost a full point in the polls. We also now have, although it's slightly advantage to Baldwin, the Democrat, Wisconsin is a toss-up. But the Republican map's always been their thing and their advantage in the Senate. House, forget it. Complete toss-up. I would say 50-50. I know maybe a little bit one side or the other, but we have a 209 GOP, 207 Dems with 19 toss-ups. And the way data collection goes for House races, it's tough to know really much more than this, that it could literally go either way, as it could in the presidential race. All right, let's talk to Scott Tranter about some of this, Director of Data Science at Decision Desk HQ. You see, looks like former President Trump started speaking again in New Mexico, so we'll check in on his comments as well. But Scott, I think one of the things that we could focus on, right, and I'm trying to emphasize this as we get ready for election night, and maybe the best way to ask you is, what advice would you have for our viewers? Does that make sense? Like, in other words, people are going to be watching all of this. They've seen how close it appears. They know the polls could be wrong one way or the other. What should they be thinking about as they watch us on election night, do you think?
I think they should be thinking that we're looking at probably a trend-breaking election. We could see some states go some ways that we haven't seen before. I think also, look, nobody should be surprised if either candidate wins. That's how close it is, and that's how much it could be. And one final thing, just because the race is close doesn't mean one candidate's not going to get 300 plus electoral votes. Voters tend to go one way. And so if we see some states going one way, we should see that correlative effect, and it could be a landslide for one candidate. Yeah,
that's what I've been trying to say, is that because that's more of playing a hunch than anything else, because it's all anyone's doing right now. But it wouldn't, I think, surprise any of us to look at this, to see that happen, like in 16 to Trump or in 20 away from Trump to Biden. Now, you mentioned trend-breaking election. One of the things I keep hearing over and over from the Harris supporters, we might talk about this a little bit more in detail later in the show, is that, the Trumps have been wrong, the polls have been wrong towards Trump the last couple of times. He's outperformed. What if they're wrong like they were in 2022 because abortion was on the ballot in people's minds, reproductive rights, for Harris this time? They seem to be making the case that, maybe they're getting our side wrong. Is that a plausible argument that they're making, do you think? Or?
It's an absolutely plausible argument. We see that in the crosstabs. We see, the Harris campaign doing better amongst women, white women and African-American women. And that could be a deciding or a flipping factor and allow some Republican crossover to the Democratic side. That's kind of what I mean by trend breaking. We don't usually see those types of wedges, and so that creates some unexpected outcomes, and why we just got to wait to see them count the votes in a little less than a week.
Yeah, and timing on this is interesting. Bring up our map, guys. I have it on here on the tablet, the DDHQ map, because when we talk about paths to victory, how should we play out the night, do you think? We'll probably have to go, and there it is, get rid of the banner to talk about, say, if North Carolina does go red, right, I'll lean it that way, and Georgia, those are the early states. And the path for Trump, his best path to 270, right, is to win those two and add Pennsylvania, right? We've been saying that all along. So when we talk about timing, what should we be looking for, North Carolina and Georgia, because they come in early, right?
That's an excellent question. Look, what we're thinking about North Carolina and Georgia, as long as there's one candidate 2 or 3 points up, maybe a little bit more, I don't want to promise anything. We should be able to know those before midnight. And Pennsylvania is obviously the big question. There's a scenario where a candidate wins Pennsylvania by 2, 3 or more points, and we would know Pennsylvania election night as well, just because Pennsylvania's gotten better at counting votes than they were 4 years ago.
Really? So we might not be in, because the scenario, I'm going to talk about this, I want to play this out. We're trying to do this state by state, what to expect, so people don't have any surprises, to your point, is we're waiting for the West, then we're waiting a while, right? But if it's decided in the East, we'll know her earlier.
Yeah, you got it exactly right. What I'm looking for, if Georgia and North Carolina split, then we might be in a recipe for this taking a while, because all of a sudden Arizona and Nevada become way more important.
Yeah, that's a good early night for Harris, because like we said, that's the easy path for Trump, is to win those two, and not easy, but the best, and then add Pennsylvania. All right, thank you, Scott. As always, terrific explanation of all of this. He'll be a huge part of our election coverage and involved in calling the races for NewsNation. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.